What's going on, guys? Back again with another video. Today we're going to be installing polyurethane bushings in the front control arms of the Miata. Got all the parts right here, all nice and laid out. Control arms are all nice and painted from last week. Got the bushings all laid out. And then once we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and give this thing an alignment. But before I can actually put the suspension back together, I gotta wait for the ball joints to come in the mail because they're not here yet, so I can press in all the bushings and kind of get it ready, but I gotta wait for the new ball joints for the upper control arms. But before I go ahead and do that, I'm gonna go ahead and start building some boxes to set the Miata on, or future cars, to do the alignment on the car. Since once this is all done, we should be able to realign the car, which will probably be tomorrow's video, is watching me struggle to figure out how to do that, which will be your Thursday video. Anyway, so with that being said, I have a helper today. Basil. Basil, come here. Good girl. This is Bailey. She's a good helper. So Bailey's a border collie, and if you don't know anything about border collies, they're kind of unique dogs in the fact that they're herding dogs. And so they're super task driven. So if you ever notice in my videos that she's like in my face or always bringing me stuff, it's because she wants to play. That's her job, is fetch, basically. That adorable face right there. And anyway, so one of the funniest things that she does is when I come out to the garage every time and I open up the garage door, she books it. Like this. Ready? Anyway, you get the idea. It's kind of amusing that she does that. Basically, her toy's out front and she'll just go sit in the grass and wait for me to come out and play with her. Super cute dog. Love her to death. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started building the blocks while we wait on the ball joints to show up, because I'd rather just do them all at once and do that inside.
This is a Ryan Little production.
Dope. Mail lady just showed up, middle of chopping up all this wood, and delivered me this package. Heck yeah. Let's see what's in it. Ball joints. And a fish tank cleaner. Not worried about that. Aha, so we got our new ball joints. Hopefully they're the right ones. Fingers crossed. I looked them up, did some Googling. Google never leads us wrong, right? It looks like I got the boot, castle nut, bleeder valve, and our new ball joint. Haha. Looks like that's the right one. Dope. Got all these stuff. I'll have links down in the description down below. While I'm at it, reminding you, I do post all the links for the parts that I use down below in the comments. And while you're down there, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It super helps out the channel. Just reminding you guys, just hit that subscribe button. Helps out. Anyway, back to chopping wood. We're almost done. We got one board left to do, and then we're done. So we got 4, 8, 12, 16 2-footers, and then we got 6, 12, 18, 24 1-footers. And we're gonna go ahead and turn those into like the frames, and then once those are done, we'll measure them up and we will cut out some plywood to go on top so it has a nice flat surface to sit on.
Production.
Okay, so I went ahead and drilled 6 holes in each of the 2-footer boards, and essentially what we're going to do is we're going to screw them together like this. I've already went ahead and screwed together 2, and you can kind of see what we're going for, and then we'll just put, when we're done, we'll put a piece of plywood over here, and like just put these 2 together, put a piece of plywood on top, and then we'll have a nice little box. And that's so we can get underneath the car to adjust the alignment. Yeah, anyway, so that's how we'll get under the car to adjust the alignment so we can adjust it while it's got weight on the springs and everything else. So I'm going to time lapse the rest of putting this nonsense back together. It's going to take me a little bit because there's a lot of boards. Or actually, better yet, see all this mess? It's done. All of the boxes are done. There's 8 of them in total, and we are going to screw them together in a second. I found this piece of plywood, which is like 3/4 inch thick, I think. It's remnants from when I made this workbench over in this little corner, which you can kind of see. It's really sunny out right now, actually, for once. So anyway, it's nice and thick. It should help to give it a little bit more rigidity. And there's just enough to cut out for the tops of these. So I'm going to get 4 cuts out of this. They're going to be about 2 feet by about 15-ish inches, give or take. I'm just going to simply just set it on there and just draw a line and screw on the tops. So yeah, I'm going to get started on that. Alexa, pause. Okay, so all the boxes are done. The last thing to do is put them together. So there's some that have tops on them, and there's some that don't. And so essentially we're just gonna put one and one together. So we have about a foot box to bring the car up off the ground. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut up some 2x2, and we're just gonna put a little 2x2 in each corner and just screw it in so that it's all held together. And then these boxes are done, which took way longer than I expected. So that's super fun.
This is a Ryan Little production.
Okay, now that all those are cut, flip them over, line them up best you can, not going to be perfect because this is not a perfect project. And this wood is all warped. So we're going to screw a couple screws into each one of these from each corner. Then that's going to keep these boxes together. So we're going to do that on each one. Okay guys, the boxes are done. Back into the garage now. All done. We're gonna go ahead and probably use them tomorrow, which will probably be your Thursday video. But for the moment, we're gonna come back over here and we're going to actually start pressing in those ball joints that we got this morning, so we can actually start hammering out putting the suspension back in. Because yeah, I was waiting for the upper ball joints for these. So I'm gonna go ahead and start getting to work on that. And what's up, my dudes? So I started going ahead and reassembling one side of the suspension, because that's usually how I do it. Is I usually do like one side to kind of familiarize myself with the process, and then I try to show you guys how the rest of it goes. Anyway, so I kind of messed up my vise. I bent the handle on it, which was actually kind of funny. So here's the handle on it, and it's totally just you. So anyway, I was about to go buy a press, because that would be the more appropriate tool to put the ball joints in on the upper control arms. Link in the description, by the way. And anyway, so I bent my vise because it, didn't go well. But anyway, you can use a vise, because I took him over to my parents' place and we ended up using my dad's vise and just taking our time, just going at it once again. And for whatever reason, his just stood up a little bit more than mine did. And just take your time, make sure it goes in super straight, and you can get them in. So here's what they look like when they're pressed in. These are the new ones. I will show you the rest of the process of putting these together tomorrow. Yeah, so anyway, tomorrow I'll show you the rest of this process, because it's still missing the grease fitting and the boot and the rest of the install process. And so we'll do that. But for today, we did get boxes to do an alignment with done. Those are right here. Check them out. All finished. Super dope. So that's where I'm gonna end the video today, because it's kind of about dinner time. The wife's gonna be home soon and it's time to go to dinner. Yeah, anyway, that's where I'm gonna end the video today. We're gonna pick it up tomorrow and we're gonna finish the suspension install and hopefully do a quick alignment for it. And the car might be going on its first test drive this weekend for me with the new power level, which is super tight because it's actually decent this weekend. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.